MrTransformers96 here with my thoughts on the new casting confirmations for the Man of Steel versus Batman movie and the Avengers 2 movie. So yeah, so three big parts have been cast: the role of Batman, the role of Lex Luthor, and the role of Ultron. And yeah, so starting off, the whole reason I'm doing this was I got requested to talk about the role of Batman being cast, and then I decided to add the other two in too. So yeah, so Batman, of course, I mean everybody knows is Ben Affleck is going to be playing Batman. Certainly not my first choice. When I saw it and heard it, it was quite disappointing. I have to say, I mean, he could be good. Don't get me wrong. Maybe he'll surprise everybody, but I'm really not thinking it's going to be good. I think that he's a pretty okay actor. I've never seen him do anything really groundbreaking as far as acting. He's always just okay, you know? I never really think he's very special in acting. I think that he's a good director, though, but I just really do not like this choice, just as everybody doesn't like it. And yeah, I think that he's probably gonna like be a little Daredevil-ish, because when he, goes to like mentally prepare for the role, he'll try to get in the mindset of Bruce Wayne, and he'll go back to like Bruce Wayne lost his parents and everything. And in Daredevil, he lost his dad, so he's probably going to come up with the same type of attitude that Daredevil had. Sorry about that, ran out of space. So like I said, when he goes to mentally prepare for the role, because Batman and Daredevil's pasts were kind of alike, he'll probably end up in the same type of place that he did with Daredevil, and therefore his Batman will have a lot of Daredevil mannerisms and stuff, which I am just not wanting to see, and that is just going to be hugely disappointing if I'm right about that. He could be good. I'm really just not thinking he will be good. I think he's a bad choice. I'm really surprised by it too, because there's like no way they thought that everybody was going to react, kindly about this, and so just very disappointing with that. Also, some people have been comparing it to the Joker, because when Heath Ledger was cast as the Joker, people really didn't like that, and the Joker turned out to be freaking amazing. I personally do not think that that's a reasonable comparison, because Heath Ledger was a fairly new, or not fairly unwell-known actor. Not a lot of people knew him so much, so that made it so that he could be great and stuff. And Ben Affleck, we know what he can do. I mean, I doubt he's got anything that we don't know, because he's been in a lot of stuff and we've seen just about his range of acting, and I have to say it just does not fit Batman, in my opinion. I'm really disappointed about this, but who knows, maybe it will be great. The only other one that I think is a slightly better comparison than the Joker analogy is that the Michael Keaton's Batman. When Michael Keaton was casted, everybody really didn't like that, and he turned out to be great. But the thing that's different about that too is that Michael Keaton was more of a comedic actor before Batman. So so a lot of people had the comedian type of thing in mind when they thought about him being Batman. So that's why a lot of people, I don't think, didn't like the choice. With this one, of course, it's just we know Ben Affleck, and he doesn't. I don't think he's got anything up his sleeve that's gonna really impress and make the role great. Sorry about that. I said that I was going to talk about three different casting decisions, and it's actually only two. The third one that I said, Lex Luthor, that hasn't been officially casted yet. I got confused and I read something that said it was official, and it actually isn't. So yeah, so I'm not going to talk about that. So the next one that's official is for Avengers 2, and you can probably tell by the setup over here. It's the who was casted to play Ultron, and that's James Spader, or Spader. I think it's Spader. Yeah, so when I first heard it, I was like, oh, I didn't like that for a second, but then when I just thought of it, I thought, oh, you know what, he's pretty good, because, of course, he won't actually be in a suit, so, don't everybody freak out that they're gonna change Ultron. He's not gonna be a robot. He's gonna be a robot. So, it really won't be him playing him. He might do some motion capture to kind of get his mannerisms into Ultron, so that the voice sounds more natural as Ultron. But other than that, he won't have any part of actually being Ultron, but he will definitely be the voice of Ultron. And I don't know if you have heard him, but he is. I've seen him in multiple things. Boston Legal. He was in The Office for a short time. I watched him in both of those roles, and then I've seen him in some other stuff. You know, he's typically not like a super main character in a lot of stuff, but I think that he's got a pretty like stuck-up voice, which I think is gonna work really well with Ultron, as well as he sounds very intelligent. I think that he can really like capture what Ultron's all about, based on his voice just alone, and especially because I'm sure that they're gonna add some techno to it. Which, you know, I really hope, you know, to make it sound more robotic, but still keeping his same voice. I think it will be a really nice match, and I'm very much looking forward to see how Marvel interprets Ultron, considering they're pretty much rewriting his past. Ant-Man won't have anything to do with him, and I think he can be great. And while I'm shooting this video, why don't I just talk about another rumor that's going around, that that Ultron will be Jarvis. And this is not a rumor that was started by, you know, anybody hearing anything in an interview or anything like that. This is just what a lot of people are thinking is the logical choice for Marvel to do here, which I think it was pretty smart, because if it is Jarvis, then that means, you know, of course Jarvis is infected, or he gets a bug, something like that, and makes him go a little haywire, and just kind of either steal one of Tony Stark's suits, or to take the pieces of rubbish from all of his 42 suits that were blown up in the end of the movie, and to put them together to create Ultron. I think it would be really neat, because it would give the villain, you know, like it would kind of make the villain kind of somebody that we've known, and that it would be pretty logical for them to do that. It would really help tie in things as well, and I think is the most important reason to do it is that it would be a total complete reason why Tony Stark has become Iron Man again, because of course in Iron Man 3 he quit being Iron Man, and we know that he's going to be an Iron Man in Avengers 2, and I think it'll just be perfect, because, you know, Tony Stark will feel responsible for creating Jarvis, of course, because he, you know, he was responsible, and then because Jarvis takes over and starts killing people and stuff, you know, he feels responsible for Ultron, and so that, you know, he feels it's his duty, and it's the only thing that he can do, to go out there and to defeat Ultron, so that he can, you know, finally, like, live again, because, you know, he'll be pretty distraught. So I think that would be really cool, being that he was casted for the role of the voice of Ultron. I don't know how probable that is. They can still make it they can still make Jarvis, you know, Ultron, but with you know, James being casted to do the voice of Ultron, it just makes it a little bit improbable, because of course if Jarvis was going to be him, it would make sense that Jarvis would be the voice that they use. You know, if I was doing this movie and without knowing what their plans are or anything, I would absolutely make it Jarvis. I would have his voice very distorted and very techno, you know, to make it like it's, you know, it's still Jarvis, but it's not Jarvis in the sense of it's not his usual self, and that would just give it a great, you know, kind of connection to Tony Stark, and it would really help wrap up the movie. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with Ultron. I'm looking forward, but very optimistically looking forward to Batman. I guess, you know, I'm hoping for the best here, but I'm not expecting it, unfortunately. But hey, who knows? You know, maybe Ben Affleck is as good as Heath Ledger as the Joker, so we never know. It could happen. So yeah, tell me what your guys' thoughts on it, and just tell me, you know, if you think that they should do anything about it, because there have been a lot of people that are really trying to get, is it Warner Brothers? I don't know who's doing DC, but to get them to actually fire Ben Affleck, I don't think it'll happen, but hey, maybe it will. So yeah, tell me your thoughts, and thanks for watching.